Second one that we see from a Chinese mother is, is telling your children that A minus is a bad grade. And this is not to overburden our children. And here I'm a bit conflicted because what I told my children is, hey, you don't have to be A, just do your best. But the question is just telling them to do their best is kind of vague. How do I measure that they are doing their best? I've said you don't have to be A, just do your best. But what is your best? How do we measure if you are doing your best or not? So maybe I've not done well with my own children because that's what I told them. And they struggled in different places. My wife is educating them and helping them from another direction, you know, and she's pushing them towards the A because she's seen that work that out for our own self, you know. But the only reason we'll tell our children to seek for the highest, the A, because it is measurable. What we're looking for them is to give their best. But how do we measure their best? Right? It's something to measure. Not because if they don't get A, you kill them, but it's another way of telling them put in your best. Because when you put in your best, you are engaging your mind. When you engage your mind builds muscles. Those muscles your mind is building at that young age will help you in years to come. People that commit suicide is because they don't have their mind built up. They don't have resilience. Their minds have not built muscle. They are used to taking the easy way of life. Easy way of life. Things always work for them. Then when things don't work, one time they commit suicide. You tell your children the importance of putting in their best, whatsoever it is they're engaged in or whatsoever it is that they are doing, what you are telling them to do is to exercise their mind, develop the muscles of their mind. At the end of the day, it's not whether they get the A or not, it's that their mind is being developed because they need that to succeed in life. They need that to succeed in life. The mind is where we win or lose. After every other thing is done or not done, the mind is where it all ends. The mind is what determines a winner and a loser. And if you're going to make it in this life, your mind better be developed. It better be developed. And the way we develop mind as children is putting in our best into what we're doing. It teaches us concentration. It helps us not to get distracted. It teaches us intentionality. It teaches us to be purposeful. And we're able to wake up every other gifting of life that the maker of life has given to every one of us. Right? It teaches them work ethics, helps them to not be helpless, help them to be self-motivated in wherever they might find themselves in the future. Or you have to sow the seed. You have to sow the seed when your child is still young. Sow the seed, and that seed will answer for your child in years to come. Right? So number three that we see there from a Chinese mother is that your children must be 2 years ahead of their class. She says in maths, but I'll say maths or maybe any other subject. And that this part, just kind of brings memory for me of my own childhood. I never realized this until I was reading this part, that my interest and my knowledge of maths and my excellence in maths was a result of my mother. Not my father. My father is an engineer, but it was my mother that made that difference because she took her time when I was on holiday and was giving me work to do, exercises to do, right? And those exercises I did more of them. Maths for me today is second nature. I see a problem, I already know the answer. I didn't bring that from heaven. I didn't bring that from heaven. It's not a spiritual gift. It was something that my mother woke up in me by causing me to practice, 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 practice. I am an engineer, not because my father is an engineer. It's not because of anything I brought down from heaven. It's because my mother developed that in me by causing me to practice. We can do the same for our children. We can do the same for our children. Any adults that knows a subject they like or did not like. It's not because of the subject. It was because of the way it was presented to them. It might be a teacher, it might be the school, but something made you hate that course. If you are in another environment altogether and it was presented to you in another way, you can excel in that course. There's no course that's difficult for you. It was the way it was presented to you. We need to do that for our children. Help our children have the right foundation to excel in any area of life. Present it to them, give them exercise, help them use all of their spare time well. And I saw that. I saw that in my nieces, and how their mother, was studious in having timetable for them. And they turned that well. They turned that well. It was enviable for me as I saw them, but I was still a child. I was a parent, boy, child. You know, I can say I did that well for my own children, because I was battling with some things as they were growing up. I probably didn't do as much as I could have done for them. I wish I knew all I know today. I can turn back the hand of a clock, but I can look back and see people in where I used to be. And the whole essence of here is trying to help people that are in the same stage of life that I was, that I didn't do well. I can look back. I can do nothing about my spilled milk, but I can help somebody because I can talk to the younger me in that age of life, because you are determining who your children are turning to be by what you are giving to them, the exercises you're giving to them, the consign, the involvement you are having in their schoolwork. They align them, helping them do their homework, giving them more exercises to do to increase their proficiency, whether it's in math, whether it's in English, whether it's in science, or whatever it is. You need to get involved, be consigned and make them practice so that they can have a foundation or they can build on in the future of their life.